Episode 101 is here.
101.
It's weird even saying that, I feel like.
Yeah, it's still weird for me whenever when I look at the new page, or if I'm telling someone that we had to break everything out into 3 different years now, 2020, 2021, 2022. It just seems like such a long time that we've been doing this, but it's been a lot of fun. Last episode was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was it's the first time I had to beep out cuss words, so that was fun.
Yeah. So what ended up being like 13?
I don't remember. There was like 6 in a row within 30 seconds. And then it went a little while. It's kind of like me with cussing. It's like I can go the whole time without cussing, but once I like get approval and do it once, I'm gonna go all in, and
yeah.
That's cool. We do have a returning guest today, which will be exciting back on. But what's going on in your world, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, it's right now. My big high, man, is beating the rain on my run this morning. Man, I felt like a boss because as soon as I came back in, the skies opened up and it just dumped. So
right in the middle of March Madness, been a wild tournament. They always say that. St. Peter is going to win it all. Are they going to win one more game? Can they beat Purdue? What do you think tomorrow?
What is Purdue? What seed are they?
They're 3.
3.
They get some big guys.
Yeah, I love the Cinderella stories.
My theory, though, is guys who are from cities that are good basketball cities, you got to be a little worried about. St. Peter's is right outside New York. We'll see. So, how did you meet the pocket property guys originally?
Through William and Mary. So we had a mutual connection there, and interesting story in this sense of they provided an introduction because they thought that I could provide some website help, which is certainly true. But then during that initial conversation, talking to Stan, I was like, are you asking them, are you looking to raise capital? What are you trying to do? And then that opened up a whole new category of conversation. So from that point, gosh, it's been about 1.5 2 years. I don't know. Time goes so fast, and I totally cannot calculate COVID time anymore.
Pre-COVID, COVID, post-COVID.
Yeah, and I don't even remember if it was during COVID or not. But we started talking about raising capital and getting everything set and ready to go. And
yeah, we need to have quadrants of COVID too, like the scary part of COVID, where like lockdown COVID, like. Okay, like getting back into the world. Yeah, it's interesting. When you say introduction, though, I always I am one that is very, I question introduction. So when someone's like, "Can you introduce me to someone?" I'm like, I just met you. Like, let's figure this out first. Like, are you one, Tim, that's like cool? Like, I'll meet with anyone. How, or do you introduce a lot of people?
Yeah, I'm always really generous with the first meeting. And I'll do everything through Calendly, so I make sure that that I don't allow myself to get booked for too much of a time period, and then we always can book a second meeting afterwards. But yeah, I'm always pretty cautious about that. But the thing with the guys from Pocket Properties, welcome guys, is that super coachable in the sense of they listen and they act. So I'm always looking for a company that will run figuratively as fast as I like to run. And so it's like we'll have a conversation, we'll talk about the things that they want to talk about. They take down their action items in terms of what needs to be done, and then it's just like before you know it, those action items are done. They schedule a reoccurring call, and they just continue to knock things out, take advantage of opportunities, and that's like the dream people that you want to work with. So many people aren't that way.
And just to give you more props on that, the amount of people that will get a link and we ask them to answer, 3 questions that are like, no, this is too hard, or I don't want to, or whatever, or just too lazy, whatever it is. Like, it's an unbelievable amount. It's got to be 90% of people get asked to be on the show or asked to be on the show and then won't even fill out a form.
Right.
And then even if you take that and put it into some other situations, like, hey, book me here just to have a call, have nothing to do with an interview show or anything like that. Like, people are lazy. So like, if you just put a little bit of effort into something, like, you can be successful in life, I feel like.
Not Stan and Josh. I mean, those guys, you guys run so fast that if anything, I'm telling you guys to throttle back a little bit, and because you guys just go, which, I mean, I love it. It's awesome. I love the energy and everything that you guys are doing. So for those that don't know about what Pocket Properties is, welcome to the show, guys. Tell us a little bit about Pocket Properties.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, first off, thank you for that great introduction, Tim. Thanks for having us on. Super excited. So I'm Josh. I'm the CEO, and Stan with me, who's the original founder and COO. So I'll let him kind of introduce Pocket Properties, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So what is Pocket Properties? We get that a lot. It's changed over from the very conception. Like we said, we've been on this project for about a year. So Pocket Properties, really our main mission is to innovate and democratize real estate investing through technology. So what are we building? Really, what we're building is a mass-based solution that allows that follows the standard two-party marketplace model, similar to eBay or Fiverr, where individuals who own real estate assets can come on, raise capital from non-accredited investors, or even in the case of more traditional private placement funds, they could come on and quickly raise capital from their investors on a private marketplace and onboard those investors and keep track of any cap table management or capital management needs that they may have throughout that process. We do this through utilization of smart contracts. So we utilize blockchain. As you know, everybody says the word blockchain, throws it out there. But really what the purpose of it for is for the core concepts of it. The ability to track transactions, the ability to automate many of the back office processes like accounting, investor management, investor onboarding, and really keeping track of their securities and their issuance, while also enabling P2P transactions for their client base.
It seems like a lot of people are getting into like syndicates of real estate too recently. I mean, are there any similarities in that?
Correct. Yeah. So, we're thanks to the technology that we're utilizing, we're flexible, and whether a person could do a syndicate, whether it's the traditional real estate fund. So, thinking, a small size REIT, or individual properties such as, a person wants to raise capital to do a fix and flip for their real estate project that they may have. So we're fairly flexible in the things that we can do and the real estate owners that we can benefit.
And do they have to be accredited in this world?
So that's a great question. The answer is yes and no, right? So we operate a public marketplace, which currently operates under Reg CF, which allows for unaccredited investors. This is our MVP. This is a project that we just put out. There's some limitations as far as how you can transact the liquidity events, hence why we went with the debt model for it. Since there's a maturity date, people don't have to hold it for 5 to 10 years. But on the private marketplace, which we're currently working on, that's more so for the accredited investor, which allowing them the ability to have those P2P transactions. So if they want to exit a position, they don't have to go through that fund manager and able to do so, since they're the actual holder of the security and not the actual fund holder.
And you guys have had, I mean, you're attracting a lot of people right now in terms of waiting list. And then with the big launch of the MVP, I mean, what's been the reception so far?
Yeah, it's been definitely good. It's fallen right in line, which is really good for us to see with our kind of standard market research we did and kind of predictions. So that's been great. We amassed over 3,000 waitlist members. A lot of those members were definitely, I think, focused on the end product, which we're still building towards, which is that platform where it can be peer-to-peer trading, buying, selling, sharing, shares of real estate. So conversion was really effective. We, MVP launched we're on week 3.
Week 3,
week 3. It's a little bit of a blur. It's been exciting the past 3 weeks. But we're seeing week over week growth of users converting, which is great. And we're at almost 21% for our offering filled. So quick conversion, seeing that kind of tracking exactly what we thought for numbers to fill up this deal that we have presented on our MVP. So that's been great. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Can you take us just through who's your target audience? Who's your target customer, your ideal customer? And then just take us through a quick use case scenario. It's 24-year-old, 30-year-old, whatever the case is, and what do they do?
Yeah, sure. So I'll start off with kind of, I think, our target audience, which we're looking, to capture. And then, I'll let Stan get into the use case really there and why we came up with that. But really, when I came onto the project, one of the things that was attractive to me is presenting real estate in a way that's accessible, but also capturing what we've seen over the past couple of years, which is there's a huge uptick in people that are, millennials on the older side of millennials, the younger millennials, and then even not as much for us, but those are our core target. But then even some of those a little bit older Gen Z, where over the past few years, we've seen a trend with things like Robinhood, Webull, Coinbase, all these different platforms where people are, taking control of their investment and really educating themselves instead of the traditional ways of, using, a broker or something like that they want control. And so we looked at that and said, well, what's next? Real estate. No one's making that attractive. No one's marketing that to these people. No one's really captured this massive audience that has shown year and year, time and time again, that they want to invest, they want control, and they do care about where their money goes and how they're spending it. So really our goal is that kind of millennial, I would say, age range, 30, 25, 30, 35 plus. That's kind of our focus. People that are more novice investors, but really excited about getting into it. And their hesitations in the past are for things that we think we're solving. One of them being, education. Most people don't know. They don't have the upfront capital needed, or that, they just don't know where to start. They don't know the information about real estate and all the various deals and intricacies that can come into all the different investing scenarios, or they don't feel comfortable with something they found to invest in. And that's what we're looking to kind of bridge the gap in. I know it was a little long-winded there, but. So
I remember, and Tim, you probably remember this too, but like when I first met you in 2012, 2013, a lot of kids, call them kids, a lot of people, a lot of founders would be like, we're going to build Facebook for XYZ, Facebook for that. Then it kind of became Uber for this for a little bit, and that's the way that people describe stuff. You just said Robinhood, right? I mean, so are you guys Robinhood for real estate? I mean, is that the easiest way to really say it from the 2012 way of thinking back then?
I would kind of.
Yeah. Kind of. That's a great start.
And the only reason I say that is while we do have that marketplace component, we're more of the NASDAQ style for real estate. Now, what do I mean by that? We're a marketplace, right? So there's people, just like on the stock market, who have the companies who want to go public, who want to raise capital. They go on the NASDAQ, they go on the stock market, they raise that capital from, us, the end user, the investor. We're more in that line, but we do have that, that customer facing aspect to where they can actually come in through our platform and purchase that particular security, that particular asset.
Your home office, socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy all bricked out corner office, wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at ZachMillerSays.com/Anomaly Academy.